Good afternoon, my name is John Christensen. Today is the 22nd of July 2018, and this is my presentation on the incorporation of wind turbines into the energy network of Kauai for the EVSP 501 Environmental Management class. The current primary energy provider for the island of Kauai is the Kauai Island Utility Cooperative. They are a not-for-profit cooperative that is owned by those that they provide energy to. They currently have 33,000 electric accounts associated with them. In 2017, they generated more than 40% of their energy from renewable sources, including solar, hydroelectric, and the burning of biomass such as wood chips from invasive trees. Their goal is to increase this number to 70% by 2030. In order to assist in the achievement of this goal, the consistent east-northeast winds that are characteristic of the island could be harnessed using wind turbines located on land or in the ocean on northeast Kauai. As this previously untapped energy source is increasingly utilized, it is predicted that renewable energy production will increase substantially, resulting in a marked decrease in the need for burning fossil fuels, specifically diesel fuel, for energy. This project would require involvement and support from various stakeholder groups on Kauai, who will need to communicate with each other and come to agreements regarding the objectives and the methods to be used. As KIUC is responsible for producing Kauai's energy, they will perhaps be the most important stakeholder. The decision makers at the cooperative will need to be convinced of the economic and environmental value of the utilization of wind turbines, and their input will be necessary to determine how to best approach the construction and implementation of this technology. The politicians and policymakers of the County of Kauai and the State of Hawaii are another important stakeholder due to the necessity that regulations be adhered to. Laws which may pertain to construction location and methods will be necessary, and the ability to discuss alternative solutions will be an important asset. Support from and collaboration with the general public is a definite requirement for a project such as this. Any effects, both positive and negative, caused by the construction of wind turbines will have a direct impact on the people of Kauai. Therefore, it will be necessary to reach out to the public through various forms of media and gather data which accurately portrays their opinions through surveys or other means. If public support is not obtained for the project, it will likely fail. Therefore, alternative methods will need to be presented and discussed until an agreement is reached. Kauai is home to a diverse array of flora and fauna that includes both native and introduced species. Some of the introduced species are invasive and endanger the native ones, which has demanded that regulations be put in place to help protect their populations. It is extremely important that the existence of wind turbines does not further endanger these protected species, and conservationists are the best source of information on this issue. As a stakeholder for the project, conservationists would ensure that regulations are followed and negative impacts are minimized. There are also certain areas of Kauai that are protected by conservationists, and it is important that the construction of wind turbines does not cause damage to these areas. Only through consistent and continued communication and collaboration between these stakeholders will this project be successful. The following vision statement describes the long-term goal of this project. Our vision is to harness wind energy on a large scale through the use of wind turbines and, alongside other renewable energies, to help decrease and eventually eliminate Kauai's dependency on fossil fuels while maintaining the environmental health and natural beauty of the island. This project has two main goals as well as several objectives related to each goal. The first goal is the successful implementation of wind power on Kauai and its incorporation into the existing energy network. In order to accomplish this, the most cost-effective method must be identified and utilized. This includes using the most ideal technology for this particular situation and constructing it in the most efficient manner possible. The location of turbines is critical to their effectiveness and will have a great effect on possible negative environmental impacts. The best possible location will have to be determined prior to any construction efforts. The impacts to local flora and fauna, as well as the aesthetic value placed on the landscape, play a pivotal role in the decision of where to locate this technology. If there is a perceived hazard to local avian life, for instance, it will not be ideal to locate turbines along common flight paths. Similarly, if there is endangered plant life in an area, Destruction of it in order to make room for construction efforts will not be acceptable. Tourism is the largest industry on Kauai and is responsible for bringing in most of the island's money. If it is determined that the island's natural beauty will be hindered by the existence of wind turbines in an area, tourism will likely decline and in turn negatively affect Kauai's economy. If this is the case, then alternative locations will have to be found. The second major goal is to reduce Kauai's carbon emissions. This will be achieved by providing enough energy through the use of wind turbines that the dependency on burning diesel fuel will be reduced. Several factors contribute to the amount of energy that is harnessed from the wind, including the location, amount, and type of wind turbines used. As energy production data is gathered, changes can be made in order to produce better results. To determine if carbon emissions have in fact been reduced, data prior to implementation of wind turbines as well as after must be compared. This will be the measure of success for this goal. Here are some references used for this presentation. That concludes my presentation. Thank you for your time.